Hi everyone, welcome to Your Value. So today I want to look at Porch Group. This is a company I originally just skimmed over and it didn't really appeal to me as much because I was like, well, this company is focused on helping people move houses. So I kind of thought, well, what's the upside of people moving houses? Well, maybe not a lot, or it turns out actually a lot. So, I kind of came back around and I looked at the presentation and this really impressed me. Like that Porch Group actually has this potential in the next 5 to 7 years to 20x their revenues, and it's actually based on some really realistic targets, which is the really surprising part, because if this company can actually achieve 20x in the next 5 to 7 years, imagine what it does to the stock price. Like last year their revenue was $73 million, though that has to be confirmed because that was just an estimate, and I assume those numbers will come out soon. And yeah, like basically in the next 5 to 7 years, you can watch this company go from $73 million to a potential $1.5 billion, which is amazing, right? 73 here, and then going to 1.5 billion. Now, those are amazing numbers, and stay tuned because I'm just going to break those numbers down, and then it's just going to really explain why I think this is quite realistic for this company, and the risk isn't as high as you might perceive it to be for a company that is growing at such a nice rate. Alright, so let's jump into Porch Group. So Porch Group is currently trading at $17.81 and it's got a valuation of $1.45 billion. Now, $1.45 billion in the scheme of things isn't too bad because, hey, they achieved $73 million, and in a way it does some sort of justification, but of course we do not have the best justification unless we know the future potential of this company. And the future potential of this company, as they stated down here, is actually for the 2021 revenue expectations. They hope to get to 170 million this year. So from about $73 million to 170 million. Now, how amazing is that? Of course, a good part of it is coming through acquisitions. Alright, so organic growth was going to be about 48 million. So it was originally going to jump from about that 70, well, they have about 72 there, but so around that 72, 73, and they were going to jump to about 120 million, and that was still amazing growth. Like, I looked at it originally and I thought, I like the company, but there might not be enough for me to, stay around. But then I saw the acquisitions and I thought this is going to remake this company into so much more, especially the growth. So now we look at this company and we go, okay, well, originally they were going to go to 120 million, but thanks to the acquisition of Homeowners America, adds another 44 million, and then thanks to the acquisition of V12, which I'll talk about later as well, they actually make their way to about $170 million from the prior year, which is, they've literally added about 100 million. Well, that's what I expect this year anyway, and that's going to be at about 134% growth. So for a company that is potentially going to generate 134% growth, some part of it is from acquisitions, of course, and we look at the market valuation of $1.45 billion, and a minute we look at the projections this year, all of a sudden that price tag seems very cheap. And then also, if we are to consider that, hey, eventually this company could also get to $1.5 billion in revenue in the next 5 to 7 years, imagine that. That's going to be incredible. Now, we're going to just go back to that slide, and I'm just going to break down those numbers for you. So, yeah, as we put it, if you don't know what Porch Group does, it might just be a bit kind of helpful to explain to you first. So, firstly, this company does everything in general that is related to your home. So it kind of sells itself as kind of like the moving company, that if you're moving to another place, basically they can set up the mover, they can give you the contacts for someone that can set up your internet, your insurance, and any other home improvements that you might need. Just think of this like a sort of like a Google, except for like your home needs. So whenever you have a problem inside your home or you're moving homes and you need to solve all the problems that going to a new home would have, basically you go to Porch.com, and they're building themselves out to be such a good company that it's just really, really incredible, because firstly, you go to them and they offer all these things like, say, you get a checklist, you get insurance, you get your movers, you get your internet and TV, security, handyman. So like if we go to like movers and then you type in your zip code, and then you book a mover, and then they're going to give you, as they say, they're going to match you up with the best movers with the best rates. So all of a sudden your problems kind of, shrink down, because you could be like, oh, I'm moving houses, so I need to find a mover. I don't know a mover. And then after that, when I move to a new place, I need to sort out my internet. I don't know a good internet company, especially if you're in the States and then you're going from one state to another state, where everything just completely changes from one state to another. So yeah, like a company like Porch.com just makes it so much more easier for you guys. And then yeah, like you think about that, this company basically is going to be building an ecosystem where firstly they build an audience that anytime you have a home issue, you go to them. And then think about how much people will pay, especially companies will pay this company to be listed as one of the ones to provide a service. And over time it just builds out to be something really, really incredible. So firstly, yeah, if we jump into this announcement here, they made 4 acquisitions. First one was Homeowners of America, and basically this is more like an insurance play, because Homeowners of America, they kind of offer an insurance product with high margins and a capital efficient reinsurance strategy which limits retained risk. Currently they operate in 6 states: Texas, Arizona, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Georgia. But the real beauty about this company is currently it operates in 6 states, but it actually has a license to operate in 31 states. So they made an acquisition of a company that itself has a massive potential to expand in the future. And then, as you can imagine, when you move homes, home insurance is going, as they say, is the highest value service in the home and a key growth opportunity for Porch. So like if they acquire something like this and then they can just on-sell you more value and get those really high margins that they suggest this company has, then yeah, like it's a win-win for the company, because they own more products that they can sell you. And then also this company has the licenses, which is going to be very vital for their expansions into different states. So you can see why they made this acquisition, because it just really adds to this company in general. In terms of V12, as they put it, is a fully scaled software as a service marketing and data platform with tools to help brands connect with and engage consumers at key purchasing decisions such as moving. So basically they're selling a platform of data to companies to help them best target their consumers. And yeah, like say they mention an example of Jordan's Furniture, which is one of the Berkshire Hathaway's companies. They use data-driven marketing, so this company collects all this data, gives that data to another company, and goes, "This is how you sell to your clients." And also, this data is really useful to Porch as well, because they're going to be able to use this data and then use it in their ways of selling to their consumer base as well. And yeah, it just adds to them, and it's just a great part to just add in general, because data is just the future, and it really just gives this company another dimension that they can expand into. And yeah, like I just think, wow, again, to tie it in with this projection in the future where they think they can achieve $1.5 billion, that data company V12 will fit into the mover marketing, where they think that company is going to help contribute to basically an extra 200 million in potential revenue that they can add in the future. As they put here, data monetizing by shifting mover marketing spend by brands from change of address to 6 weeks prior with Porch. So as you can see, like every time you move, you're going to change one address to another, and Porch is going to have those details, and they're just going to be able to help you shift that as well. And it's also going to be very powerful data to companies, because if I market to you and you move houses but I don't know, then potentially I lose you as someone that I can market to. So you can see why there's a very strong proposition where marketing to you is, something that companies will pay for that data. And as we looked at homeowners of America, that's going to be insurance expansion, and they reckon that it's going to add about 400 million to potential revenue in the future. So you can see like that's about 600 million, and I love how they break down these segments of where they can actually improve their potential revenue additions. And then we come down here to look at other acquisitions. One was Palm Tech and iRoofing. So these ones aren't, they're also quite different in a sense. So as it's put, Palm Tech is a company that does home inspections. So already you can kind of get where the tie-in comes in. Hey, you're moving houses. Potentially you might want to have, home inspections. Especially that for Porch, they already help medium to large companies. And with Palm Tech, it kind of focuses more on a smaller home inspections, as they say here, which complements Porch's strong adoption across medium and large inspection companies. So Porch expects to execute its playbook, providing Palm the ability to help its consumers with key move-related transactions such as insurance. So you can see where the tie-in is. Say they sell insurance, and insurance kind of covers you in some sense, but also you've got a home inspection kind of software as well that like it's going to be what covers you. So like if you have a home inspection to say this is the condition of the house, and say when you move out they say, oh, there's this problem or there's that problem, you can actually cite, hey, actually it wasn't my fault because it was already like that before I got here. And you can see a tie-in between home inspections and insurance. So you can kind of see that really nice ecosystem that Porch is kind of building, along with that data as well, that, hey, we've got the products to sell to you as well. And iRoofing is like another software as a service application where roof contractors kind of sign up on a monthly or annual subscription, and it just provides remote measurements and quoting. So in a way, it's like a way for or I guess people in that industry to just manage their own database in a sense. As it says, software provides remote measurement and quoting, contract management, and material ordering. iRoofing currently processes more than 485,000 jobs on its platform annually. Porch expects to accelerate iRoofing's growth, providing its contractors the ability to help consumers save money on home insurance after completing their new roofing installation project. So again, there's a nice tie-in where they have the contractors on that platform, and also it has that tie-in of insurance as well. So they already make a good amount by having those contractors subscribe to their software, but also it adds extra value to the people moving, because potentially if you move to another home, you might want to redo that roof. It's going to potentially help consumers save money on their home insurance. So you can see, it kind of all comes down to this full circle, this nice ecosystem that they're really building out that eventually it's going to help them achieve that 1.5 billion. As it's put here, with insurance, it was expand from an insurance agency to a managing general agent. And then with the last two acquisitions, it was enter new home service industries. And that's going to add another 400 million. So when they break it down to like those 400 million, another 400 million, another 200 million slot, you can kind of see with those acquisitions, it just all of a sudden just really, really expands that potential of the company. Because originally they were going to look at about going from 73 million to 500 million in 5 to 7 years, which would have been really good itself. But the fact that, those recent acquisitions could propel their projections by 3 times, that just really caught my interest, and it really shows that this company has amazing potential ahead of it, particularly with its plans, particularly with that nice ecosystem it's building. And in the future, this is going to be a really, really great company that if you ever have home issues, basically you will just run to this company and go, help me solve this because I've got this problem at home. I need home improvements done. Find me someone that gives me the best rate and has a good rating. Or basically, or you're moving houses, and you need all the services set up ASAP. You don't know which ones to go for. So really, it's setting up to be an amazing company to be like the Google of home, which is really, really, powerful. And also they've got a data analytics company. So look at Google, how powerful is data, right? So this company is really, really building itself to be, kind of in my opinion anyway, to be like this Google of home. But let me know what your thoughts are, or if you've got any questions. This company just really, really catches my attention. And looking at the current $1.45 billion valuation, I think in the longer term, like just probably the next 6 to 12 months, there's quite a good upside if they achieve the 170 million target for this year in terms of revenue. But of course, I see the bigger slice of that pie going into the future. That hey, in the next 5 to 7 years, if they're able to get to that $1.5 billion in revenue, potentially this company could be worth about anywhere from 10 to 15 or even up to $20 billion if they build that real big, real nice ecosystem that people just all go to as a point of, if you have a home need, you go to Porch.com, which I think they're heading into the right direction, and they're building things up really nicely that eventually in the future this could become quite a massive company, and it could be quite a valuable company at the same time. And if you buy now as a shareholder, you stand to have quite a nice upside, particularly given the cheap valuation. That hey, this one's kind of that medium to longer term play. But if things all go smoothly, the upside is quite high in a sense for the risks that you're taking. It's not every day you get like a company like this that's in a really sensible industry, that has really sensible numbers, really, really, straightforward kind of metrics towards how they can just grow the company revenues by 20x, which is really what kind of like just hits it out of the park, and just for me seals the deal as a company that is definitely worth buying, at least in my opinion anyway. Unless you have a different opinion, then always let me know, or if you agree, also let me know. Thanks for listening everyone. Until then, good luck investing.